In Chapter 11 of Diet for a Divine Connection, what did you mean by the ways you abandon yourself?
Well, I have isolated basically 4 ways that we abandon ourselves. One is that we've learned to judge ourselves. That's a form of self-abandonment. If we treated other people the way we treat ourselves, if we tell other people what we tell ourselves, they would pull away from us. They would feel rejected. So when we judge ourselves, we're basically rejecting ourselves. That's a form of self-abandonment. When we don't attend to our feelings by staying up in our head, getting absorbed in work or in our wounded thoughts and just ignoring our feelings, that's a form of self-abandonment. When we numb our feelings with various addictions, food, alcohol, drugs, sugar, processed food, work, TV, sports, gambling, pornography, sexuality, the anger, blame, these are all forms. These are all ways of avoiding our feelings with addictions. There's many kinds of addictions, substances, processes, and they're all ways of abandoning ourselves, rejecting ourselves. And then the 4th way is that we make other people responsible for our feelings. We hand over our feelings to somebody else. Somebody else should make us feel loved and lovable. Somebody else should make us feel worthy and safe. And if we did this to a child, that child would feel completely rejected and abandoned. Doing it to ourselves is the same thing. It creates a lot of anxiety, depression, guilt, shame, anger, aloneness, emptiness. All forms of self-abandonment create those wounded feelings.
What are the main shoulds of a marriage?
I never think in terms of should. I don't think there's shoulds, but there are things that really can greatly help a marriage, and the main thing is that people are open to learning about themselves and about each other. In the inner bonding process, there's only 2 intentions. One is the intention to control, and the other is the intention to learn, primarily about loving ourselves and sharing our love. And that's really basic to a good relationship. So I don't look at it as a should, because should is like a form of control. You should do this, you should do that. That doesn't work. But if people really want a good relationship, they need to be open to learning about themselves. They need to be in a process of healing with themselves. They need to utilize the relationship as a form of healing. They need to be open to learning with the other person about why they feel the way they do, what's happening between them. That is one of the most important things, perhaps the most important thing for having a loving relationship.